energy up. Pump it, pump it, pump it. Energy up. No dullness. Get up, get pumped, get crunk. You gotta get the content out. Don't nobody want no boring sap. Get up, get energized. What's up? What's up, guys? Welcome back to Faceovermatter. It is your girl Jay here, and in today's video, I know I'm popping on with my rag and stuff. Y'all, I straightened my hair again. I just gave up on having curly hair because my hair does not curl anymore. So there we are. Moving right along, our hair is straight and curly up under here. It's all good. We're gonna live. I'm just going to chop my hair off and start over, okay? Okay. So anyway, in today's video, I wanted to, of course, sit down and do some makeup and do these chit chats. I feel like you guys really do like these. Please let me know down below in the comments of what you guys like to see. I just want to say I apologize for not really being as active as I would like. I get really hard on myself sometimes. I know I shouldn't, but that's just what I have to do in order to be the best that I can possibly be. So I just wanted to say I apologize if I'm not as active and talkative on here as I am on Instagram or elsewhere. So I'm going to do better, because I know someone left a comment and says, you always say, you know, let's chat in the comments, but you never chat back. And like, I almost got so offended, but I'm like, no, that's true. Like, I don't. And I felt terrible. So this is me just apologizing and just saying that I'm going to do so much better with that and talk to you guys like I say I am. We have so much stuff to catch up on, and I'm so excited to share it with you guys, and just some makeup, some favorites and things like that that I want to use. So I am going to be working on my ums, and hopefully I will not say anymore in this video. If I do, it's going to be edited out, period. All right, so let's get into this video. If you are not already subscribed to the Faceovermatter family, I ask that you go ahead and do so. It would help me out a ton. It would let me know that you guys are with me and that you guys like what I put out. Also, give this video a thumbs up if this is something that you like. Of course, that also helps me out as well, as far as me knowing what you guys would like to see on my channel next. So, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so as always, we're going to start off with the Olay Regerist Lotion. This is my baby. This is my favorite. Come on, Lens. I need you to get it together today. This is my baby. This is everything I love in a moisturizer. So many people have so many different things that they like to use. This is just personally my favorite. I can say it can feel a little heavy at times, especially if you use a whole lot of it. But I use about 3 pumps, and I just mix it in like such. Also, I took my long nails off. I'm probably one of the most indecisive women on this planet. A lot of people are indecisive. I'm just in line. I'm a leader of people who are indecisive, okay? But again, this moisturizer is my favorite. I think it just gives me the perfect amount of glow, the perfect amount of moisture. For some reason here lately, I think it is because of the weather change, but even before it started getting cool outside, my face has started to get really, really dry. Not exactly sure why, but it has been. And it's been like mainly right here on my mouth area. It's been getting really dry in those areas, and my oil levels have been really minimized. So I'm loving the routine that I have been doing with my face because it helps, okay? It helps. So next for a moisturizer, I'm going to be using this 4th Ray Beauty Tumeric Milk Face Milk. Woo! Okay, catch. As you can see, this product is well loved because it is well at the bottom, and I just usually do like 2 squirts to the face, just like this. So as you guys know, if you follow up with me on Instagram, my mom just got married. She got married this past weekend, October the 12th. So that was fun. I was so upset with myself. Let me tell you guys something. Weddings are so hectic. If you've never been in a wedding or are married or not married or whatever, like, weddings are crazy. They are so stressful. I don't even know why people get married sometimes, because this is too much. So I was really upset with myself because I did not film or vlog. It was just so much going on. We were rushing. We were supposed to be at the venue at 12. My sister, my cousin Taryn, and myself, we were all late. We didn't get there until like 12:50, almost 1 o'clock. Like, it was crazy. All right, of course, now I'm going to be using my Milk Hydro Gripping Primer. You guys know this is my baby. I got a new bottle. My other bottle finally gave out on me. Had no more left. I couldn't even get anything out of it. So I said, gotta pop open the new one. So we're doing that. So this primer, I believe, is perfect for any skin type, just simply because If you're dry, it's very moisturizing. It's still going to have that tacky feeling. And then, of course, if you're oily, it just kind of, I mean, it's going to still feel how it feels or whatever. But I think the main thing is it goes on and it dries down and it tightens. It gives you that sticky, tacky feeling. I don't want to say sticky, but like tacky feeling, like your face is tight, prepped, and ready to go. That is a perfect primer when you want your makeup to stay all day, not budge. It's just a really good primer. I love it. And the last primer I'm going to use, I know I'm layering them down, but this is what I do to get my perfect base. And this has been working for me so far as it's being cold. The temperature is finally dropping, but I'm still oily at bay, so I still have to have my matte primers. This is my favorite primer right now. This is my matte primer from Sephora. $16, okay? And like I always say, I never really mix it in all the way. I kind of just spread the product out and I leave it pretty thick, you know, just where it's at. Now, I got to double check on the products. I got to double check on the information because I've been trying to check the flyers and stuff and they haven't posted anything. But I'm not going to say who just yet until, you know, but God has been doing, I could throw a chair. Like, when I tell you God has been in my life, moving and doing backflips in my life for me, I don't know what I have been, it's not that I'm doing anything right, but God is just so faithful, and I'm so excited for what he's doing in my life. So, tomorrow, so today is Thursday, so tomorrow I'm going to be taking my first flight ever, so this is a whole lot of first times for me, first timers. First flight on an airplane tomorrow. I've never flown before, but it's happening. It's happening. And it'll be my first time in New York. So I am so elated because, one, I'm a country girl. I'm from Southern Virginia. I'm right next door to North Carolina. I'm in the South. I'm a country girl. I haven't been to big cities. I don't do those types of things. I stay on the ground. I've never even been on a train. Like, you can imagine that I haven't been anywhere. But I told God, I'm like, God, these are some aspirations and goals that I have for this year. And the year's not even up, and this opportunity popped up. And I'm like, God, wow, I just want to tell you thank you, because I didn't expect that. I really didn't. So I'm really excited and happy for what God is going to do and what he's starting to do. And I'm just really excited, guys. I'm really excited. So I can't say who I'm going to be there with, but you guys will see. So just make sure you guys check in on my Instagram, mainly my Instagram, because that's the most easiest way I can kind of put things out. And then YouTube, you know, it'll come out a little bit later. It's crazy how you can have a prayer one day and then it's your reality the next. And God did it. But I have a mixture of the Mented Cosmetics powder and Revolution powder. And I'm going to set my primer. I know that sounds crazy, but it's something, like I said before, I've seen Jackie Aina was like the first person I've seen to do this. I know a lot of other people do it too. But I think it's a great way to kind of keep the oils down, especially if you're oily. So I got the tacky primer, I got the moisturizer underneath, and then we're going to lay on top the mattifying thing. So I'm laying that powder down until it is literally in the skin, and I see that my skin is nice and matte. Usually I just do it right here. I don't even take it on my forehead or my chin area. Like I said, this area has become a little dry here lately, but I literally keep it right here. Nose, and then the apples of my cheeks, because that's where I get the most oil. I feel like my skin tone changes with the season. I don't know. Right now, my Fenty Foundation is just not looking my color. I don't know what happened. It was beautiful and perfect at one point, and like now, it looks a little different. So I'm going to kind of backtrack and go to something that I'm used to using and that I know matches me pretty well. Right here, I have the Mented Foundation Sticks. One I have is in L20 and the other is L30. The only thing is, when I do mattifying, stuff like that, I don't really want to, well, you know what? Hold on before I mess something up. Okay, so I applied a little bit of the Mented. I'm going to go ahead and buff that out with my little Mented brush. This is the brush that was launched with the foundations. And this is just going to get it started. This foundation has my skin looking like butter, so I do like to apply a little bit of that. The only reason why I'm not going all over the face with it is because I don't want to disturb my base. I need a liquid to kind of lay over top of that. Let me pull my sleeves back before foundation be all over my sleeves. All right, I'm going to take a mixture. So like I said, right now, my Fenty Foundation is not really matching all that well. So I'm going to mix a little bit of my Nars foundation. This one is just like way too dark altogether. but it's a little bit warmer. So those two mixed together makes a really good shade right now. So I'm going to mix those two in my little plate. I'm going to mainly use the Fenty and then just kind of add like a couple dots of this one in there, the Nars one, just to kind of warm it up. All right, and now I'm just going to take the butt of my sponge and we're just going to start tapping this in all over the skin. But I'm telling you, you guys, I don't know like what's next or what's next in store for me and my brand and my career altogether. I just know I'm just taking everything one day at a time. I'm just slowly seeing a lot of things that I have prayed for manifest and actually come into manifestation. And I'm just excited. I'm just in a season right now of just being very humble, very grateful, just very accepting. I went through a hard season of just, and I'm still kind of, coming out of it a little bit, but I just went through a hard season of accepting. And I'm not even going to get like specific on what it was that I was trying to accept, but it was just in general accepting, things out of my control, things I really couldn't help, things that I really couldn't change, things I really couldn't make happen at that moment. That can be really hard and frustrating sometimes, guys. It really can. So let me tell y'all something. So while I'm blending, let me tell y'all this. I told y'all this is going to be a chit chat, so don't get mad at me. But, so I was watching this movie called, actually it started off by me scrolling through Instagram, of course. Guilty. Let me grab some concealer. But I was watching this, scrolling through Instagram, and Pastor John Gray, and he was talking about this movie called Man on Fire, starring Dakota Fanning, Denzel Washington, of course. He was just talking about how, just kind of in comparison, how Creasy in the movie kind of represented Jesus because, when Peeta became captive, when she got taken and kidnapped or whatever, he came to her rescue. He did a lot more than what her own father did. I don't want to ruin it for anybody, so I don't want to go into like deep detail as to like what happened, because I would love for someone to get like the full, yeah. So if you haven't seen it's called Man on Fire, Denzel Washington, Dakota Fanning. Now, if you haven't seen it, skip past this part. But if you have, then just watch it. I just don't want to ruin it for anybody if you do, care about that type of thing. Anyway. So in the movie, Denzel Washington, I guess, was supposed to represent Jesus. That's just what John Gray was comparing it to. I don't think the actual movie had any relation to Jesus or anything like that. I think it just came out that way. So John Gray was just talking about how Creasy in the movie represented Jesus because at the end of the movie, Creasy found out that Peeta was still alive, and he had the kidnapper's family, captive, to kind of negotiate with the kidnapper. So the kidnapper was like, I'm a businessman, I'm a professional, a dead girl's life is not valuable, so she's alive. So Denzel was like, well, what do you want? Like, da-da-da. And the kidnapper was like, I'll let Peeta free. It'll be in exchange for your life. So a life for a life, because he had his brother captive too. Long story short, Denzel, he didn't hesitate. He was like, okay, no problem. He said, we'll meet at this spot, blah, blah, blah. He was like, keep your word. So he pulls up, and it's like this super long bridge. So the kidnappers with Peeta on one end, and Denzel with the brother is on the other end. And so Denzel had told Peeta's mom to be there so she could get Peeta and all that stuff. So long story short, I'm trying to wrap it up, I promise. So it comes time for the trade off. So the kidnappers took Peeta out of the car. They they had her handcuffed or whatever, tied up or whatever. So they undid all of that and told her to go down there to Creasy. So she takes off running. She's screaming for Creasy because they had developed a relationship. Creasy was her bodyguard, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. He was hired on as to be her bodyguard because their family had lots of money or whatever. So he did, she took off running to Creasy. They hugged. So Creasy was like, okay, your mom's down there, go down there to your mom. She's waiting for you. so you can go home. So Peter was like, well, Mr. Creasy, where are you going? And he said, I'm going home too. Man, when I tell you that made me cry so hard, oh my gosh. He was like, I'm going home too. So of course, us in the movie, we know what he meant by I'm going home. She didn't. She thinking, he probably literally just going to the crib. I mean, going back to wherever he came from. They hugged. So, she's full of emotions. She wants her mom, out of anybody. She's glad to see Creasy, so, But she goes in there to her mom. He makes sure that she gets to her mom before he does anything else. He sets the brother free so the brother can go back to his criminal family. And Creasy, goes down there with them. And I was thinking, the whole time I was thinking they were going to shoot him dead, standing right there. But they didn't for some reason. They just didn't. So in the midst of him, Mr. Creasy getting to the kidnapper's family, he had got shot in the chest. So to wrap it up, he gets in the car with the criminal people because, of course, he said a life for a life. So he got in the car, and he, you could just see him sitting there, and he was, breathing, and he ends up dying, kind of peacefully in the back seat of the car. It was a necklace he was hanging on to that Peter had given him earlier in the movie, and you seen his hand drop, of course, signifying that he's finished his job. But you guys have got to watch. If you haven't seen it, I'm so surprised I have never seen that movie. I'm a huge Denzel fan. I watched all of his films. I love Denzel as an actor. So I'm just kind of surprised I've never seen that movie, but whatever. So if you haven't seen that movie, please go watch it. I think you will really enjoy it. It had me crying like I had lost my own mind. Like, I was just a mess watching that movie. Oh my, so my brush just broke. But I said all of that to say, that was such a beautiful comparison. I'm not exactly sure, the makers of the movie, if they had it, alluded to anything pertaining to Jesus and his, ultimate sacrifice that he made for us. I'm not sure, but it was just kind of a coincidence that, John Gray did use that comparison, and it was a really good one. So I was listening to Pastor John Gray's thing, and I just started to cry because I'm like, yo, John Gray was like, in the movie, Peter basically represents us. Like, we're literally living out, that trade-off. We're living out what it's like that, after the movie ended, we're living out that. Jesus gave up his life for us so we can have life, and our sins went with him. It's just such a good movie. You guys have got to watch it. Please watch it. If you don't have anything else to do today, you can buy it on YouTube for $3.99. I'm not exactly sure if it's on, if you have Xfinity or something on demand, or if you just have the DVD or whatever. Just watch it. You're gonna cry. Or at least I did. I cried like a baby. Just thinking about a young little girl still with missing teeth can act like that. You acted in a movie with the great Denzel Washington. That speaks volumes. You're a little girl. And it's not just one of them little kiddie roles that you just give a child just to smile in the background. No. Emotions, intensity, all of those things. I know this conversation is going elsewhere, but y'all, I'm just a stickler for a great movie. I love seeing great movies. And I'm just done at the end. I love that feeling. I love it. Great advertising, by the way, because they just made some money off of me. I had to buy it. But that was such a great movie. Okay, I know I went through several steps without even telling you guys, but I just had to get that out because I feel like someone needed to hear that Jesus loves you and he traded his life for yours. Boom. Okay, same products that I always use. I used my Fenty bronzer. I used my Mented Cosmetics blush in Peach for the Stars. I am in love with this highlighter right now from Milk. It is in the shade Glaze. It's this beautiful, just so good. But yeah, guys, I'm so excited. I'm so nervous. Yes, I'm going to vlog my first time on an airplane. Like I said, I am so nervous and literally sick to my stomach thinking about getting on an airplane. Even right now, my stomach just dropped a little bit. I'm sick. I am so sick right now. I told God, I'm like, God, I want to travel. I do want to travel. And sometimes traveling will require you to hop on a plane. You're not going to want to drive everywhere. All right, I'm using my Mented I'm using a lot of Mented today, but I'm using my Mented Everyday eyeshadow palette. I really enjoy using this palette just simply because you can get a lot of looks out of this. Like, there's so many different ways that you could do the eyeshadow. So with these braces, like a little update on the braces, I'm not exactly... Let's wait for the jets. Why is it that one spot will stop hurting and then it's like another spot will start? Like, as far as like sores and stuff in your mouth. You know, I've had a sore on my tongue from, like, I guess rubbing up against the braces, and like when I eat, trying to get stuff out of my braces. My tongue has become sore because of that. That's gone away. And now it's like the side of my mouth is literally dying because of I don't know what now. I really want to try like different makeup techniques. Not today, but just soon. I just kind of want to try like some different eye techniques. I see a lot of people kind of elongating their eye shape and stuff. I kind of would like to do something like that. This is why I miss having no nails, because I could do stuff like this. I cannot do this with nails. What's going on with you guys? What are you guys' goals looking like? Have you accomplished your goals that you set at the beginning of the year? Have you done half of your list? Have you done majority? Have you done at least maybe 2 things off the list? What are some... Let's talk about it for real. Like, I promise I'm going to respond. Was it, a certain amount you wanted in your savings account that you wanted saved up? Was it a new car? Was it buying a house? Was it... All right, I'm going to take my MAC lip pencil and cork, and then I'm going to go pop on some lashes, and then I will be back for the hair takedown. Alright, this is ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lip in the shade Attention Haul. I've been really enjoying this lippy because it gives me the matte, it gives me the nude plus the gloss in one. That way I don't have to layer 600 products down. Even though I don't mind doing the layers, but sometimes just having 2 products is cool. Alright, we're going to pop on lashes. I almost said I wasn't going to wear any, but I was like, nah. We're going to do the full glam today, because why not? Alright, guys, we got lashes on. I'm going to go ahead and take down my hair. I just love fresh. Look at that. Whoo, baby. This is why I do not want to cut my hair off. But I do miss having my natural curls. So the guy who did my hair, he had laid down my edges with this stuff. I'm not really a big fan of that. So I was trying to comb it out. But like the product is still there. So my edges are kind of like easily to lay down right now. It's cool. I just don't like that stuff. I'd rather like have frizzy edges than them slick. Alright guys, so this is the completed makeup look. Super simple, super natural. We got a little shadow on the eyes and then nude lips, of course, is always my go-to favorite. This is an easy go-to fall makeup look using a lot of Mented products. But I just love like simple makeup. I love a good beat, but it's like sometimes I'm just like really into like complexion. Just really into the complexion, a good lip, and some lashes, and yeah. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for your support. If it wasn't for you and my savior, things like this wouldn't happen. So I'm really excited about what's getting ready to take off. I'm just glad that you guys are here on this journey with me. I love you guys so much. So as always, if you're new, I'm Jay, and if you're not new, I just thank you so much for supporting me with whatever I do here with my channel. I love each and every one of you to no end, and of course, until next time, God willing, I will definitely see you guys in my next video. Mwah. Next time you see me, I will probably be on an airplane crying, but we'll see.